Joining me today is Kate Ryder. She is founder and CEO at Maven. Kate, it is wonderful to have you here. Thanks for joining me on Floor Talk.
Thank you so much for having me.
So Kate, I want to start off by talking about Maven. Tell me about the company.
So I founded Maven 9 years ago, and really what we're trying to do is fill in a lot of the gaps in women's and family health care. And so we do that with our virtual care platform, where we're delivering a lot of support to women and families going through fertility, pregnancy, pediatrics, menopause, as well as providing some reimbursement for support for things like fertility or doulas.
Now, Kate, you mentioned menopause. We recently celebrated World Menopause Day, and we've seen that menopause benefits have become a core part of employers' benefits packages. So tell me, why are menopause benefits a focus for employers right now?
Well, it's really been incredible to see the rapid rise of menopause benefits. Healthcare is not an industry that traditionally moves very quickly, and in the last year, menopause has become our fastest selling product. I think one of the things that employers are really focused on is health equity, particularly since the pandemic. And so menopause is an area where there's been so many underserved women for so long that are suffering in silence in the workplace. It's impacting productivity, and it just doesn't need to actually happen. There's actually lots of available treatments for them if they just got the right care and support. And so I think the second that employers realize that you could actually really alleviate a lot of the symptoms and help women in a very easy way with a benefit like Maven, they just started, a lot of employers just started buying it and launching it, and the results have been fantastic.
And how does your menopause program work?
So we really look at how to relieve symptoms over 90 days to start. So that's one of the promises we have with employers. And so, one of the big problems with menopause and the lack of treatment has been access to care. So sometimes a woman might need HRT, hormone replacement therapy. Other times a woman just might need to talk to a doctor who can prescribe over-the-counter or just talk about over-the-counter remedies. And so, whatever the symptoms are, and the symptoms are really different woman to woman. This is a non-linear journey. It could be, hot flashes, weight gain, sleeplessness, brain fog. That each of our providers, and we have a whole care team of providers, both doctors and holistic providers, really treats the woman kind of with her specific symptoms based on what's available out there.
And what are you hearing from employees and employers since you've launched this program?
I mean, there's just like giddy excitement. I think, but first of all, a lot of the employers who are bringing the program on are either going through menopause themselves or have gone through menopause. This was very similar to when we first launched our pregnancy benefit and our fertility benefit, our pregnancy benefit 8 years ago, where, no one was talking about how hard it was to return to work and postpartum care and how hard it was to have a baby. And then all of a sudden everyone was, and there were solutions and everyone was real excited. Menopause, the exact same thing. It's that, for so long, women have just been told to get on with it. Every woman goes through menopause, just deal with it. But there's real issues here. And so, I think that simultaneously, people are excited to support the actual women and members themselves in the program, but they're also just excited to have the conversation and talk about it.
So now tell me, what other areas of women's and family health are employers investing in?
We see a lot in the fertility space as well, and that kind of reproductive health space, which does kind of encompass fertility, obviously, and menopause at the other end. And so we've just been seeing, fertility has also been completely left out of the care model. And so whether it's IVF, adoption, surrogacy, egg freezing, and then leading into, pregnancy, we still see a ton of investors invest both domestically as well as globally.
Mm-hmm. And what trends are you seeing in the fertility space?
Well, I think that actually one of the big things that employers are focused on is how do we drive the best member experience and get the best clinical outcomes, as well as kind of managing the right benefit. And so I think in the past, first kind of people were excluded from the benefit, like the LGBTQ community. It wasn't in health plan offerings. Then there was a lot of financial access, but no one was really focused on the clinical outcome. And how do we make sure that a woman or a family going through IVF gets as a few cycles as possible, because that's better for her, it's better for the client. And so there's a real focus on that clinical outcome now, which is really exciting because it's a focus on quality.
All right, well, Kate, it's been wonderful to talk with you. Thanks for joining me on Floor Talk today.
Thank you so much.